So the dark side is something that I've designed. It's an evil place I can go that very few things can hurt me.
Here's 3 things that you can remind yourself of how to embrace the pain and grow stronger through it.
Adults learn through massive trauma. So you will learn. You have to let in some trauma into your life. And that's rough.
Rise and shine, it's Espresso time. What's up, Believe Nation? It's Evan. My one word is believe, and I believe in you. I believe you have Michael Jordan level talent at something, and I want you to find it, embrace it, and use it to make a difference in the world. So let's start your day off right. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message. Be fueled by pain. Over to you, David Goggins.
I wake up every morning. Espresso keep me going. I wake up every morning.
What power have you found in the darkness?
First, before I answer that question, I want to say, everybody listening to this, I'm the happiest man on the planet Earth. So people may take this as so many people do. We live in a very weakened society. So when they hear a throwback guy like me from back in the ancient days of Garanimals, they often think this guy is just whatever. So if you think that I'm some unhappy guy, you're wrong. Having lived the life I've lived and seeing the other side, not being afraid to attack what was in front of me, has made me happy.
Say that again. And in fact, let me make sure I understood it. Getting to the point where you're not afraid to face the thing on the other side of the door that wants to attack you has made you happy.
Right, right.
It's really powerful. I hope people heard that.
Right, that made me very happy. So basically, I just don't walk around with a daggone smile on my face all the damn time. So, you know, Merry Christmas. But basically, what the dark side is we all have a cookie jar, and we all have a jar of
That's its official name.
It's a jar of man, where it just ain't going right. And in Hell Week, what they do in Hell Week, because this is where I really went to the dark side. What they do in Hell Week is they design Hell Week to find your flaws. And they do a really good job of that. It's 130 hours of continuous training. You may get 2 hours of sleep. And they beat the shit out of you and find everything wrong with your mentality. And then they start Hell Week. And that's the beauty of it. And for me, I'm not some naturally God-given guy. I don't have a great bit of talent in anything. So what got me through horrible times was the dark side. My name is David Goggins. I created Goggins. Goggins is the guy that can take anything you put in front of him. You want to break my legs? So be it. I have a way of going to a place like I did in that race where all the pain and suffering that they put on top of me in Hell Week, I will reverse that pain and suffering, and I will take your soul. So every instructor that put me through BUD/S, my job, what drove me, was I wanted you to go home that night after you beat the living shit out of me, and I smiled in your face. I wanted you to feel worse than I did, and you were going home to a nice warm bed with your wife or your kids and a nice meal, and I was still out there in the grip, suffering for another 100 hours. I wanted you to think about me knowing that I'm comfortable, being very uncomfortable. And I want you to think about when you went through Hell Week, how uncomfortable you were and how bad you wanted to quit, knowing I'm not thinking that way. So the dark side is something that I've designed. It's an evil place I can go that very few things can hurt me. I use the hurt you're trying to put on me, I flip it upside down and use it. You trying to use it for kryptonite? No, it's power pillars for me. I'm using it for strength. I just flip negative into positive, that's all it is.
I have learned to make pain my friend. I have learned to make pain the opportunity for me to show myself and the world what I am made of. Every time I'm faced with a situation that is painful, I welcome it and I look at it and I say, this is great. And I try to put a big smile on my face, to tell myself that this is my chance to show myself and the world what I am made of. Because it's easy when it's easy. It's easy to win a race against 3-year-olds. It's easy to win a spelling test against kindergarten people, right? It's easy. It's easy when it's easy. But the challenge is when it's hard. When it's hard is when you grow, when you're pushing your point to failure, when you're lifting weights and you're at a point of failure, that's when your muscles grow. You want to challenge, you want to learn, you want to win the big game, you want to get better. Growth is contagious, growth is intoxicating, and you get that through pain, you get that through failure. I was on 2 interviews today with different YouTubers interviewing me for their show. And we had problems on both shows. The first one we did in a hotel room because her studio was being fumigated. And so she's apologizing that it's fumigated and she has to be in a hotel room and the lighting's not great. And I said, this is the best. I love this. I love that you're in a hotel room right now. I kind of hope that my microphone breaks down and I have to take out my phone and film from that. Like, I love it. I embrace it. This is amazing. And then I had another guy who we were on a Skype call and he was doing it with Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi cut out, and I'm on there by myself, waiting for him to come back. Like, this is amazing. I love this. The ghetto, that's the best. I love it. This is so awesome. And I've trained myself to do that because I think when you expect things not to be painful, then you set yourself up for a big loss. How do you embrace your pain becomes the next question. It's like, great, you may start to get what we're saying. You may think it's still crazy, but you're still tagging along to kind of understand the how. Here's 3 things that you can remind yourself of how to embrace the pain and grow stronger through it. Number 1 is acknowledge and accept the pain. Just acknowledging that pain will happen, that along the course of being an entrepreneur or moving down your career, if you're pushing for something big, then you will know pain, you will know failure. Not everything's gonna work out. If there was no pain in your life, that means you played it so safe that you never took a risk, and that's the biggest pain of all. That's the biggest failure of all. If you won everything you ever tried, it means you didn't try enough. Right? You're only racing against the 3-year-olds. You didn't try enough. You don't know what you're capable of because you've never reached anywhere close to your limits because you played life so safe. So just acknowledging and accepting that pain will be a part of the journey, and that's okay. That's expected, because if you expect no pain at all, then when it comes, you can't deal with it. Then when it comes, you complain. When it comes, you blame somebody else. Acknowledge it. It's coming. It's coming for you. It's part of the journey. It's part of the process. Everybody goes through it. Number 2 is see the bright side of pain. So when the pain happens, what are your options? This pain coming on you, right? Something negative happened in your life, in your business. The pain has come for you. What do? You either react negatively, you either complain, you blame, you get frustrated, you get angry, or you embrace it. The pain is there anyway. You now get to choose how you react to it. So if I'm doing an interview and the Skype call pops out, or somebody's in a dimly lit hotel room instead of being in a fancy studio, what are my options? I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna get upset at them for not being prepared. I'm gonna blame Comcast for not having better internet. Like, what are my options? My approach is when the negative thing happens, this is amazing. I love this. This is awesome. And I change my mindset around it so that I'm gonna have a great experience. And if I'm with somebody else, they will too. Now, it's not, again, that I'm welcoming pain, that I'm looking forward to it. I think it's awesome when there's no pain too. It's not you are only awesome when there's pain. No, you are awesome all the time. You're awesome when there's no pain, and you're awesome when there is pain. The pain is coming regardless, so you get to choose how you want to accept it. If you fight against it and you're negative, it doesn't serve anybody. If you embrace it and say, this is great, this is my chance, I will smile and tell myself, this is my chance to show myself and the world what I am made of. Embrace it and use it to your advantage instead of wallowing in the negativity. And win number 3 is to change your environment. The more you are around people who complain about pain, people complain about the stupidest things. People complain all day long about really, really, really silly things that are insignificant, that are definitely first world problems that you should not be complaining about. You know, you have access to the internet. You are healthy. Like, you have a lot to be grateful for instead of complaining. Changing your surroundings, changing your environment to not hang around these people as much, and instead hang around people like David Goggins, if you want to go extreme, or other people who you look up to and respect. Any successful person, look at whoever you love who's had success. Spend more time with them, whether it's the Top 10 series, Mentor Me series, or some other series, or you're buying their books, whatever it is, spend more time with them because they do not complain when the pain comes. They embrace it, they use it to their advantage. That's one of the most common characteristics of people who have success. And so changing your environment to stop hanging around people who are negative and complain when the pain comes, and instead hang around, even if it's virtually, with people who embrace the pain and use it to their advantage. Do that on a consistent basis. You will transform your life. Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before that, question of the day, I wanna know, what is the single biggest pain that you've had to deal with and how did you get through it? Please share it down in the comments below. I wanna hear your story. Thank you guys so much for watching. I believe in you. I hope you continue to believe in yourself and whatever your one word is. Much love. I'll see you again tomorrow morning for another shot of espresso, and enjoy the bonus clip.
I wake up every morning. Espresso keep me going.
How does pain allow somebody to get more disciplined?
Okay, so going back to that myth of when you see your life and anytime there should be pain, you go, no, 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 no. It was just how it was meant to be. No, look yourself in the mirror sometimes and go, you know why I'm not happy? It's because I didn't listen 10 years ago and I got in the wrong career. You know I'm not happy? Because I married the wrong damn person. It wasn't meant to happen. Yes, everything happens for a reason. You made a bad choice, but it didn't have to be that way. And the second you build up pain, and this, by the way, is not my opinion. If you talk to guys like Dr. David Buss, top 10 most cited psychologist in history, okay? He's one of my main mentors. He told me, I said, do adults change? Like, we do all this self-help videos and podcasts. I said, am I wasting my time? He goes, yeah, kind of. I said, why? He said, well, after 25, it's very hard to teach old dogs new tricks. By the way, that's why I've changed. Most of my stuff targets people 18 to 25. That's why I do Snapchat and all that, because there's hope for 18 to 25-year-olds. Now, if you're over 25, before you get depressed, he told me, but I have good news for you, Ty. I said, what? He said, adults learn through massive trauma. So you will learn. You have to let in some trauma into your life. And that's rough, but no pain, no gain. Like if you are 100 pounds overweight and you want to be able to play basketball, here's my news for you. Everything happened for a reason. You got fat because you ate too much and you didn't exercise. So welcome to the gym. In the first year is going to be hell, but that pain, hopefully, will reprogram your brain that every time you want to eat that nasty thing, go, wait, I don't want to go through that pain again. So I think one of the myths of society is we won't let pain in. We just excuse it all away. Like, no, that was meant to happen. Oh, you wasted 20 years of life, married the wrong person in the wrong career? No, Tom, it was meant to happen. Where's the people who go, you dude, you wasted 20 years and you will never get it back. You better go in your room and cry. And the truth is, you only learn as an adult. Unfortunately, most people can only change with massive trauma.
Experiencing pain in your muscles and aching and just then go on and go on and then go on. And this last 2 or 3 or 4 repetitions, that's what makes actually the muscle then grow. And that divides then one from a champion and one from not being a champion. If you can go through this pain barrier, you make it to be a champion. If you can't go through, forget it. And that's what most people lack, is on this having the guts to go in and just say, I go through and I don't care what happens. You know, it aches, and if I fall down, I have no fear of fainting in the gym, because I know it could happen. I threw up many times while I was working out, but it doesn't matter, because it's all worth it.
If you tell yourself a story long enough, you start to believe it. And once you believe it, you act like it.
I have tussled with a whale, I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. Now you know I'm bad. Only last week I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.